By the end of this video, you'll have one page in your journal that makes procrastinating feel more uncomfortable than just doing the thing. But before we get to that, is that really what you want your days to look like? That book with the red cover you need to read for school is already covered with dust. You had 6 weeks to read it, but you worked past it every morning. The exam is tomorrow. And instead of starting, you ask Google whether you can finish a 200-page book in one night. Yeah, me too. Until I made this. The title of this page is The Bakery Method. Procrastination doesn't happen because you're lazy. Most of the time it happens because you're trying to bake 12 cake at once. Open a new page and the first thing we're drawing is your bakery menu. For every single thing you're procrastinating on right now, you draw a muffin, a cake, or a cookie, whatever you like. For example, a carrot cake with cream cheese frosting is for that little project you wanted to start since January. A lemon drizzle for that red book, or a licorice cake. The definition of a licorice cake is, wait, I have it written down. A task you keep moving to tomorrow because it tastes bad and nobody wants to deal with it, but it also won't go away on its own. See the doctor email you need to send. Every I should really do that gets a cake. Look at all the cakes you want to bake. You're standing in the middle of your little bakery doing absolutely nothing. And it's probably not because you don't care. You just don't know which cake to start with first. Now you can see every single thing you're avoiding, and that's already more than most people do. But we need to bring some order to this chaos. I know, it sounds dramatic, but stay with me. Look at all your pretty cakes and ask yourself these 2 questions for each one. Is this a paid cake? Will a customer come tomorrow to your bakery and slap you in your face because he ordered a wedding cake and you didn't do the wedding cake? These are cakes with real painful consequences if you don't do them. They have a deadline or a person is waiting for your input. Those are your priority cakes. Question 2. Is it a batch cake? You can circle those together, like writing an email to your teacher, your doctor, and sending an invoice. The shared base is the email app. You only need to open it once, sit down, and get into writing mode. Everything that's left, not urgent and not batchable, goes in the trash can. That means you can cross it out. Sorry, I hope you didn't put so much effort into your drawings. I won't cross out mine because I still need to do the thumbnail. Maybe that's just an excuse, but look how cute they are. You're not ignoring them forever. You are consciously deciding they don't get attention today. And speaking of emails and saving time, because this would be definitely something I would procrastinate on if I would need to do it every single time by hand. If you have a business, an app, anything you're trying to grow, you probably thought about doing email marketing, but emails are one of the biggest time drainers if not set up right. This video is sponsored by Brevo, which means now, because of Brevo, you have a bakery in your journal. You're welcome. Also, thank you, Brevo. Maybe you only have 33 people on your newsletter list. That still means writing, formatting, and sending 33 emails by hand every single time you have something to say. Which sounds okay, but it's like baking 200 cakes by hand, which you could do. Or you could just hire 10 people who do it for you, and then you can concentrate on the more important stuff. Brevo is a marketing platform that automates all of that. Email campaigns, SMS, WhatsApp, even a chatbot for your page. So you're not sitting there manually sending the same message to 500 people one by one like it's a fun way to spend a Tuesday. You can choose from over 50 email templates, you can create your landing pages, have analytic dashboards, ROI tracking, it's all in there. What I love about it is that how easy you can actually set up automations. You set that whole thing up once and then every single person who signs up, whether that's today, next week, or in 6 months from now, goes through the whole journey automatically. If you have something to sell or an audience to reach and you're still doing it all by hand, this is your sign to stop. When you use the code janapasabi 50, you get 50% off for their starter and standard pack for the first 3 months. How cool is that? So after the section, your page should have one circled priority cake, the batched cakes, and everything else crossed out sitting in the trash. But wait, you're still standing here like an NPC. You've been trying to bake every cake at once, did you? But for cinnamon rolls, you first need to do a dough. That means also the dough need to rest for at least an hour, then you need to roll it out, fill it up. And a chocolate lava cake works so different because first you need to melt the butter. And wait, how does it burn? So if you try to do both at the same time, you're probably gonna burn the lava cake because you were busy rolling out the dough and now the kitchen looks like a complete mess. And every cake you keep avoiding has one bad ingredient hiding inside it. It's never, oh, I don't want to film the video. It's, I don't want to read the script first, because that requires me to sit on my desk, to be concentrated. And also, like, it takes a lot of time because I'm thinking through like the entire structure, how I want to structure the video, and also if it's clear, because I'm using like all these crazy metaphors, like for example the cakes. And then I'm like, okay, are people getting confused or not? Because that is not my goal. I hope you're not confused. Let me know in the comments if those journal videos are actually clear to you, what you need to write down. Because I'm always trying to make them really creative and also something you maybe never have seen before. But at the same time, I'm also scared that it's like too complicated and no one will understand it. And it just makes sense in my brain. Think about your bad ingredients in this section. When you write it down, it's just gonna stop feeling so mad because you took its power away and it just became an ingredient. And now that you know your bad ingredient, you're finally ready to bake. Depending on how much space you have left, draw one big mixing bowl. We are a small bakery. We only have one bowl, and in one bowl, yeah, there is only space for one cake. Take a look at your most important cake. That's the only cake you want to finish today, and the bakery isn't taking any other orders. I couldn't decide right now what I should do with my head, and now it's like, ooh. Inside your mixing bowl, write down the exact ingredients, so every steps from start to finish you need to complete to finish your task. Finishing the book or filming the video isn't a good recipe. Imagine you want to bake a banana cake, and you type it on Google, find a recipe, click on it, and the recipe just says, bake the banana cake, bro. And you're like, what is that for a recipe? I need steps. How should I complete that? Of course you're gonna procrastinate on baking the cake, because how should you do it? You don't even know the steps. Let's use the red book as an example. There are 200 pages left to read. The exam is in 3 days. So ingredient 1 is to figure out how many pages I need to read every day. Ingredient 2 is to split that into 2 sessions for 3 days. So 33 pages at 9 AM and 34 pages at 7 PM. Number 3, set a timer, lock your apps and just sit down. 200 pages in 3 days sounds like a disaster. But 2 sessions of 33 pages for 2 days? I mean, my brain would think that's fine. I hope you didn't use that page today to procrastinate. If you like this page, I made so many more of these journal pages. For example, my last video was one for bed rotting. If something in your life needs a page, I probably already made that page. You just need to look. Check it out. I picked cakes because the things we're procrastinating on, they all have this gross aftertaste. That guilt you're carrying around because you know what you should do, but you don't do it. That tastes really bad. So how about we reframe it to something people like cakes? Come on, don't tell me you don't like cakes. That was my whole idea with this page, and it just made sense in my brain. I hope it also makes sense in your brain. Sometimes you just need to say, sorry, we are closed. Like, put a little sign on your bakery, put the lights off, and the customers can knock however they want. Don't let them in. You can open again on Monday, or tomorrow, or in 3 hours, or like whenever you finished baking your cake. It's already in your mixing bowl, you just need to start. And I know that feels wrong because we've been told that being busy means being important, and that a full calendar means you're doing something with your life. That saying no to things means you're falling behind. But a bakery that tries to serve everyone will end up serving nobody. And now you just need to start baking. Go bake now. Cook some nice, delicious cakes.